Spotlight is a way to quickly search for things on your Mac and perform a variety of other functions. You can get to Spotlight, also called the Spotlight menu, by clicking here or using the keyboard shortcut Command Space. And we'll look at how to customize that in a minute. Then you simply type what you want to search for. So for instance, if I were to type something like this, it will give me a variety of results. I can use the arrow keys to scroll through what's in here. Command arrow will jump by category. So for instance, I could see documents that have this in the name. If you want a document, you can open it up now by simply pressing return and it will open. Or you can use Command R and it will go to the location of that file. Now if you really want to search for files, probably the best place to do that is to open up a new Finder window and use the search functionality inside of Finder. This will give you only files as results and it won't give you all the other things that Spotlight gives you. And Spotlight can do a lot more. For instance, if I were to search for an app like Calculator, like this, you can see it's the first result there at the top. It's selected. So now if I would press return, it would simply use that item and in this case launch Calculator. So this becomes a very effective way to launch apps. If I want to launch reminders, I can just start typing reminders when it is now the first item at the top, press return, and it launches it. A lot of people like to use Spotlight to launch apps. Now when you search for an item, you can sometimes preview the items. Notice that anything that has this little reveal triangle here to the right, you can press return and it'll actually dig down into that. And in this case it'll search for that specific thing. Or if there's something else like going to a dictionary definition or something in the iTunes store, it will go to that by pressing return. For a file, pressing return will actually open the file. And as I showed you, Command R will take you to it. But you can use the space bar and that will bring up Quick Look, just like it does in the Finder, for you to preview things. As a matter of fact, if you bring that up and then you use the arrow keys to navigate in here, the preview will change to show you the item that's selected. So you can bring up this Quick Look window, move it off to the side, and use it to quickly preview what you have selected. You can also search for all sorts of other things on your system. Like for instance, you can search for fonts. So you can see here I get fonts and I can preview those with spacebar as well. You can see if when I search for vacation, I'm going to come up with some email results that have that in the subject. I can find results that are in my music library. And you can see here you can bring up bookmarks and history from Safari. To customize what results actually appear in Spotlight, go into System Settings and then go to Siri in Spotlight. And you'll find this long list here of all the different things that could appear. So for instance, if you don't want your mail and messages to appear in Spotlight because you would go to those apps to search for those specific things, you can simply disable that and you'll no longer see those results there. So you can make Siri a lot more useful by disabling the things you don't want to see, like perhaps fonts. So other things you can do with Siri include math. So you can just type a simple math equation like that to get the result. Use the asterisk for multiplication. You can also use parentheses, which makes Spotlight better than Calculator in some cases. For instance, here's the result I would get if I were to type this into the calculator. But with Spotlight I could surround part of this in parentheses to get the result I'm really looking for. You can also use functions like square root or cosine and some other basic math things. You also can convert. So you can type something like that or a currency like that and then even continue to type to go deeper. There's some special features like for instance you can type weather and you'll see one of the items you get here is weather right down here. And since it has this little arrow here, meaning pressing return, will actually take me deeper down into it. If you type movies, you'll get a list of movies playing in theaters right here. Notice you can also type things and then find images from your Photos app that match it. And you can get dictionary definitions. So if you type a word, often the definition will appear if you go down deep enough in here. here it is. But you also could type the word and then define after it. And they usually give you that at the very top. And then pressing return here will take you down into the definition. Another way to get there is to type the word and then use Command L and it will take you right to the definition section there. You can also do Command D and it will take you down into the definition itself.